Sir, my name is Suman Raja-Aarohan. My roll number is 328666.
Okay. Give us a brief introduction.
Sir, as you know, I'm from the district Kendrapada. I have done my graduation from in BSc Agriculture from Odisha University of Agriculture and Technology. I had worked in Odisha Livelihoods Mission, Department of Mission Shakti for 3.5 years, and my hobbies include playing badminton. And I'm looking for this interview for a long time, sir.
Suman, you are from OUT.
Yes, sir.
You are having BSc.
Yes, sir.
Why you didn't proceed at MSc?
Sir, actually, after clearing my BSc Agriculture, I got a job opportunity in Odisha Livelihoods Mission. So I was not interested in higher studies, so I took the job, and eventually I came across the civil services people that we belong to the services. So I got interested in that. Now I'm trying to pursue the career in civil services, sir.
What are your subjects?
Sir, in agriculture and forestry, sir. Optional subjects.
Optional subject, agriculture and
Forestry.
forestry.
Yes, sir.
What-
Sir, biodiversity means a variety of animals and plants residing in a particular area and living dependent on each other and creating a favorable condition for everyone, sir.
Is it conducive for the growth in agriculture?
Yes, sir. Biodiversity is a very necessity for growth of plants in agricultural systems, sir. Sir, as you saw, sir, microorganisms, plants, all these thrive together and they provide a symbiotic relationship with each other to grow.
Very good. Knowingly I have asked. Pachara, Baba, you ask something. This type of question will come
Yes, sir.
from ecological point of view.
Yes, sir.
This is your first attempt?
No, sir. This is my fourth attempt and third interview, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. And you are maintaining same options for all the four
Yes,
attempts?
sir.
But during Bhayavas never say which Bhayavas it is.
Okay, sir.
Have you faced this interview board earlier?
Yes, sir.
What you say?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Once I have appeared. This is my second chance. Never say this is my third chance. This is fourth chance.
Okay, sir.
You are not going to cheat by saying yes. Earlier I have met. Now I am also meeting.
Yes, sir.
This much.
Okay.
सर कंप्यूटर में चेक करना है किसी नहीं सर कंप्यूटर में चेक करना नहीं तुम बायोडाटा रही थी अर्लियर अटेम्प्टेड हो खाली
Have you heard about the Roe versus Wade judgment in America and its consequences?
Yes, sir. It is regarding the abolition of right to abortion by the Supreme Court of the United States, sir. Sir, recently in a judgment, the Supreme Court abolished the woman's right to abortion, and it has strongly opposed by people as also the politicians of the United States, sir. So they are saying that the previous generation had more rights to their own reproductive health rather than the next generation, the coming generation. So it has created a lot of controversy in that particular matter, sir.
Okay. So, what is your opinion on the recent Supreme Court judgment on the hijab issue in Karnataka?
Sir, as per the recent observation by the Supreme Court, it has clearly stated that the hijab is not a mandatory customs in the Islam religion, sir. And it also, in a school system, sir, there is a need for uniform to make everybody equal, sir. And the hijab is one thing that is actually hampering the outer body outer element of a actually it is sir, I'm not able to find the word, sir. It is actually inflicting the outer identity of the person, sir. So it is not mandatory to wear hijab to the school, sir. So it is a recent observation by the Supreme Court and in the High Court, sir. But the Supreme Court is yet to give its verdicts.
That's why this agriculture is not successful in our state.
Sir, there are multiple problems to it, sir. The major problem I will indicate, sir, first is the acidity of the soil. It is a major problem, sir. Second is the frequency of disasters that is occurring, floods and droughts every year. Third perspective is a very small land holding, so we cannot go for mechanization in agriculture, sir. And the fourth most important thing is that post-harvest management facility is very weak. So we have a good production amount, but we are wasting a lot of our produce because lack of ability to storage, processing units, and all these things. So compiling all these things, the agriculture is hampered in a severe manner, sir.
So, can you just mention some important programs
Yes, sir.
undertaken by the government of Odisha for the promotion of agriculture?
Yes, sir. The very first initiative recently that is in news is the Karya Yojana, sir. It is a scheme that will provide incentives and interest-free loans and insurance cover to the farmer and farming household as well as agricultural land that's leveraged, sir. And then we have schemes like Gopabandhu Chaudhary Jal Sechana Yojana, sir. Second is, pardon, sir, Navakrishna Chaudhary Jal Sechana Yojana, sir, for irrigation facilities, sir. Second is Odisha Millet Mission, which is actually providing incentives to the millet farmers of our state, sir, so that they can popularize millet cultivation, sir. Then, then we have these are some of the as far as I remember, sir, initiatives.
See, this is Karya Yojana, and Karya Yojana, the money is given to the
Yes, sir.
farmer.
Yes, sir.
So instead of giving them money, if the technical know-how to how to produce more crop through modern agriculture,
Yes, sir.
which is more beneficial, that if that amount would have been spent by the government for the development of the skill of the farmers, in your opinion, which is better?
Sir, I think both of them are necessary in their own way, sir. We need to train farmers using different extension method about new modern uses. As well as you have to support them to buy the inputs that required to go for agricultural activity. So few amount of incentives and interest-free loans are actually necessary. As we see that there are disasters happening, that there is a huge crop failure happening. So I think incentivizing them is not a bad idea, sir, at all.
For this loss of crop and other natural calamities,
Yes, sir.
some other system is there also to make up the loss of the farmers. Can you mention it?
Yes, sir, the crop insurance facility, sir.
Why it is not successful in Odisha?
Sir, there is a problem in crop insurance is that the availability, the lack of utility of the credit, sir. Or not all of the land crops are covered in the crop insurance policy. Just few crops are covered under that, sir. So the diversification of crop insurance is a need of the hour, sir. I think so. And apart from that, we need to implement in a larger scale to cover all the farmers, as not every farmer is benefited in a tribal area. Some farmers are not aware of this crop insurance policy. So I think awareness as well as more coverage is required, sir.
Who is the central agriculture minister?
Sir, Sri Narendra Singh Tomar.
Why Mr. Narendra Singh Tomar is famous?
Sir, he's not aware of that, sir. He's the central minister, that's I know all I know.
What is his agricultural policy which has challenged?
Sir, the farm laws, sir, recently challenged, sir, and it was the center has withdrawn it.
He could have told you, I'm sorry, what made you to say I'm sorry?
Sir,
Why he is famous, I told you.
yes,
Because he introduced one bill,
yes, sir.
one thing, and it was withdrawn,
Yes, sir.
being protested
By the farmers.
by the farmers.
Yes. Yes.
Achha. Please tell me one thing. What is biodiversity?
So biodiversity is the existence of different kind of flora and fauna in a particular patch of land where all are interdependent on each other for their own survival.
Good. Okay. What is equilibrium?
So equilibrium is the maintenance of number of species and their diversity in such a way that they do not hamper the entire food system and the
Ecosystem.
ecosystem. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. This type of question they will definitely ask you because you are from
Forestry as a option.
forestry is your option.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I was talking to Siddharth, or Siddharth. He was Director General Forest, no? ତା ୱାଇଫ୍ ହେଉଛି ମୋର ସିଦ୍ଧାର୍ଥଙ୍କ ୱାଇଫ୍ ହେଉଛନ୍ତି ମୋର ବହୁତ ଭଲ ସାଙ୍ଗ ଯେମିତି ସନ୍ତୋଷ ମହାପାତ୍ର ଆପଣ ପାରାଦୀପର ଇଏ ରଶ୍ମି ହେଉଛି ମୋର କ୍ଲାସମେଟ୍ ରଶ୍ମି ମୁଁ ଆଉ ସିଦ୍ଧାର୍ଥର ୱାଇଫ୍ ହେଉଛି ମୋ କ୍ଲାସମେଟ୍ ଆଇ ମିନ୍ ଇଜ୍ ରଶ୍ମି ସିଦ୍ଧାର୍ଥ ଟେଲିଂ ଯେ ଏ ଫରେଷ୍ଟ୍ରି ବାଲାଙ୍କୁ ଇକୋ ଡାଇଭର୍ସିଟି ଉପରେ ମେନଲି ଫୋକସ୍ ତାକୁ ପଚାରିଥିଲେ ସତେଜ ମହାନ୍ତି ତା ସାଙ୍ଗେ କଥା ହେଇଥିଲେ ତ ହିନ୍ଦୀ ତ କଥା ହେଉଥିଲୁ ଆପଣ ମୋତେ କହିଛନ୍ତି ଭାଗସ୍ୱା ବସି ବୋଲି କହିଲି ତାହେଲେ କଥା ପଡ଼ିଲା ତ ମାନେ ଇକୋଲୋଜି ଉପରେ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ନିଶ୍ଚୟ ପଚରା ହେବ ୟୁଟ୍ୟୁବ୍ ବାଲାଙ୍କୁ ଫରେଷ୍ଟ୍ରି ବାଲାଙ୍କୁ
Ecology. Okay.
Please take care. This institute is a very good institute and people are here successful like you see your back.
Yes, I have seen.
You will definitely do well.
Yes, sir.
Good luck.
Sir, just a personal question can I ask you?
Yes.
Sir, any other areas that I want to prepare in agriculture?
You belong to which district?
Kendrapada, sir.
Kendrapada. Why Kendrapada is famous?
Sir, for Vitarkaniya National Park.
That you have told already,
Yes.
and I have also told you.
Yes, sir.
So the same thing. Again, you rightly have said Vitarkanika. Then you are going to say about
Temple,
the
sir.
temple.
Yes, sir.
Very good. You will be definitely successful.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sir, what
Have you got an idea about the National Green Tribunal?
Yes, sir.
NGT.
Yes, sir. A National Green Tribunal was established under NGT Act 2010. It is a tribunal that hears the cases regarding to environmental issues, sir. And it has created for speedy disposal of the cases regarding environmental problems, sir. So and it works on the principle of natural justice, sir.
Who are the members of that tribunal?
For the members, sir. Sir, presently I am not unable to remember, sir.
Can a non-judicial
Yes, sir.
person be a member of the tribunal?
Yes, sir. Any expert, according to the President of India, can be a member of the NGT, sir.
What do you mean by the reserve forest?
Reserve forest, sir. Sir, it is reserve forest are of the highest protected areas in our country. Most of the time, the reserve forest comes under the national park and the biosphere reserve, where there is less intervention of the public and more it is for preservation purposes. And around 58% of our country is under reserve forest category, sir.
What is the difference between the protected forest and reserve forest?
Sir, I think the protected forest has a limited entry of people into that, but still people can go on, the tribal people can go there and have their livelihoods from that forest produce. But in protected areas, there is strict ban on the entry of the people, and that is only for the wildlife animals to stay there and have their own lives.
Is the percentage of the land
Yes, sir.
covered under forest in Odisha is satisfactory? It is of the national parameter?
Yes, sir. As per the recent Indian State of Forest Report 2021, the forest cover of Odisha has right now been more than 33%, sir. But according to that report, the national average is very below 33%, it's around 24%. So yes, so our performance has been increased very significantly, sir.
Okay. Shivutam.
What are the main consequences that you feel that India has faced, or what are the main due to this war in between Russia and Ukraine? What has its effect on India?
Uh, sir, I think the protected forest as a limited entry of people into that, but still people can go and the tribal people can go there and have their livelihoods from that forest produce. And according to that report, the national average is very below 33%, it's around 24%. So yes, so our performance has been increased very significantly, sir.
What economic and other.
Sir, I think the main reason why Russian-Ukraine conflict is important for India is because of the rise in the oil prices, sir. So, and second is there is a huge deficit of import of the fertilizers from the Russia. And third, I will say that we are right now balancing our diplomacy between the West and Russia, sir, and it is very difficult for us because we need both Russia as it is our all-weather friend and also West because it is one of the greatest markets and that we can sell our produce, sir. So I think on these three aspects, India is right now balancing its foot.
Many medical students who are studying in Ukraine
Yes,
are demanding to get some relief from the government here in India.
yes.
What is your opinion? Should government of India accommodate them in our medical system?
Sir, there need to be tests to know how much their ability have to understand the medical sciences because the parameter that they practice in Ukraine and the parameter in India is different. So I think there need for a test to accommodate them into the our medical system, sir.
Recently, Narendra Modi's birthday
Yes, sir.
gift she has got from a country.
Yes, sir.
What is that?
That's from Namibia. We have taken 8 cheetahs and we have relocated into Kuno National Park, sir, in Madhya Pradesh.
Good. Your performance is good.
Very good.
You'll speak better, sir.
Yes, sir.
You have got good personality also.
You have got a good personality. You are giving very good answer.
Yes, sir.
And we have enjoyed your company.
Yes, sir.
In board, it so happens a recent thing is being asked, and rightly we have answered that gift of Narendra Modi's birthday.
Yes, sir.
Best of luck.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Keep it up.
Thank you, sir.